Finlay Brown from Scotland.
Sorry?
Is your referee for this one.
Yeah, you too. Time on.
Two-time World Rugby 7 Series champions, South Africa, get their tournament underway in Pool A. James Murphy's won it for them off the kickoff, and Devalt Human, who was so good last week into contact. Here's Zane Davids, one of their bigger players. They're not a huge team, South Africa, but they have got buckets and buckets of pace. Huma decides to kick for JC Pretorius in behind Mexico, and Pretorius times his run perfectly. And in a little over 30 seconds, South Africa have their first try in Edmonton.
JC Pretorius yesterday with a pigskin on this field, lobbing it around and holding a bit of width out wide here as he gets his first of no doubt many this weekend for South Africa. Such a difficult task for the Mexicans to try and curtail such talent. And it's not helped by them having some pretty brutal stats last week, but this is about South Africa's dominance, no doubt, and how they're going to try and get those points on the board early.
It was the largest ever cup final margin ever in Canada Sevens history, and the 10th all time when they beat Kenya in the gold medal match last week. Huma kicks high. Murphy again on the chase, the 13th man given a start here, flicked in by Pretorius to Zane Davids. They're not settling to let the ball go out of field here, South Africa, hunting another try. Adonis bursting through for their second. Darren Adonis out of the University of Johannesburg, and the Cheetahs as their second.
I mentioned about this conveyor belt of talent the South African team have. Lovely touch from Pretorius. And again for Murphy, keeping that ball alive, and then 5 defenders committed for Mexico, meaning that there's plenty of space in the middle for these diagonal runs, and it was Adonis getting one for the blitz box. I'm sure they're feeling very much at home with this stadium colours, almost matching exactly the South African colours.
Yeah, former track athlete. Darren Adonis, as Human adds the extra couple of points. As I mentioned, University of Joburg won the Currie Cup.
Well, it's not on the 10.
In South Africa. One of the oldest rugby trophies in the world, the Currie Cup.
Just halfway, please.
So Mexico with some possession here. Los Serpientes just scored 1 try all weekend in Vancouver last week, and that ball's gone over the sideline.
Option.
Jose Velasco
play on.
Pons who scored that try, and here comes South Africa. It's Williams kicking and chasing. Mexico getting back, but it could be a try for Williams. It's Carmona. Might need a second look at this one.
I just want to check the grounding here, please. So try yes or no. Thank you.
What's Carmona doing so well to get back, keep it up with the wheels of Williams. There'll be a slow-mo to see if this ball is grounded. Separation is now the key word.
Yeah.
And there's very much separation on his left arm, but see what his right arm's doing.
So it's been taken in goal by Mexico, then made dead. So it's a scrum 5 green ball, correct? Right, okay.
Fortunate to be given that
no
one,
try, it's been taken back over by Mexico, scrum 5.
So Enrique Carmona grounds the ball as a decision, so it'll be a 5-minute
Here,
scrum
please,
though to
fellas.
South Africa, so more defending to do for the Mexicans here.
Mark is here. Stable.
And defending not their strong point, 45% tackle rate
Crouch.
in Vancouver. And if you're going to be missing more than half your tackles, you don't want to be playing the blitz box.
Captain Sevilla Soyuz-Wapi's lurking over this side, but Sean Williams will just sneak around the base and score his first try of the tournament.
Because he goes against the grain, if you like, going the opposite way to where the opposing scrum half thought he was going. It's an absolute walk-in. Again, it's where you need your forwards to break early and your backs to stand a bit closer. It's astute from the blitz box. They tend to work plans very well. And this one is going to their A plan.
So 21-0 now. Sean Williams, the Lions junior, with a try. Good South African support. Well, expatriated nation, of course, so fans wherever they travel. That ball's still in field. Now it's bounced over the sideline. Murphy with a little header to make sure.
Can't go quick, ball's been touched.
There's Neil Powell, appointed coach of the South Africa Sevens back in 2013. Back-to-back series title in 2017 and 18. Gold medal at the Commonwealth Games 2014. Bronze in Rio.
Still dismissed the favourites tag this weekend as well.
He's been around the block. He knows how to put the right messaging out there as Adonis goes through once more. Darren Adonis runs around the sticks for another. It is all South Africa here.
They'll be checking the record books in this one as well, I think. It's a procession of tries, and it's a lovely line. The ball in two hands is the most crucial thing here. I say it all the time, but as soon as you have the ball in two hands, you do not know if he's going to pass it, and that is what Carmona had to hold for. The gap was on the inside of him, and Adonis gladly took it.
Movement from in front, that's up to 28. Speaking of records, no disrespect to Mexico, we haven't got to half-time yet, but the record between these two teams is 78-0. That's from the LA Sevens back in 2006.
184-0 from the last three events. So I think it would be fair to say this could be a long game for the Mexicans.
They have possession though here. That is
tackle!
Well taken off the restart. That's what they need to do. Hold on to the ball, go through the phases, get to the breakdowns. Nice offload. Pretorius and Human. Double tackle for South Africa. Think about the kick. Murphy and David, Zane David, so physical.
No!
Man out of Cape Town, Western Province, and it's on the far side again. Here's Sevilla Sawyers. Wapi shakes over the line for his first score in Edmonton.
Good to see some fast feet for this Blitzbox team, and here are some of the fastest. This left foot step from Sawyers Wapi is a thing of beauty. Bangs it down, puts the force through it, and loses no pace whatsoever. It's so difficult for defenders when you're having to change your body angle, look up and see the guy getting away from you as well.
He was a late arrival in Vancouver last week, hardly trained before the tournament. Sawyers Wapi has his first try in Edmonton. Conversion is good, and at half-time, the top seeds here, South Africa, lead Mexico by 35 points to 0.
It pays to keep an open mind, a philosophy we bring with us wherever we go, and Canada is no exception.
Okay, Canada picks up an opening win a little earlier, and the man who scored their opening try, Josiah Morrow, we can hear from him now.
Jojo Morrow, tell us what it's like scoring in front of your home fans. You did it last weekend and you continue the form here at Edmonton.
Man, and it feels amazing, you know? It's great that fans are able to come back and support their home team. Can't be honestly grateful that we're able to host 2 tournaments in one leg. So yeah, it's been a great, amazing turnout for the fans out here at Edmonton for the first tournament.
And what were the learning lessons from last week, because you came out strong here in your opening pool game?
You know, defense. You know, just staying high on defense, not letting those guys step in on our inside easily. But I feel like a lot of the boys put their hearts out this weekend and were able to succeed those goals. You know, but there's still some work to be done. But yeah, we're gonna go regroup in the change room and see what things we need to work on throughout this game, after playing a tough team like Hong Kong. So yeah.
Get some rest. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're grateful too, Jojo. Players grateful. Canada Rugby, World Rugby, The cities of Vancouver and Edmonton have done a sterling job getting these events up and running. The series is back, and that's a wonderful thing. Half-time, South Africa leading Mexico 35 points to 0. 5 tries in the first half, and of course Mexico, a part-time team. They were a late call-up to these two events after France pulled out at the last minute, couldn't travel. And as we expect it to happen, they're up against it here against the top seeds, but they are doing their best. They are fighting for everything, and they are looking to try and find a way through this watertight green machine defense here. But they had possession, Mexico, early in this first half. Ricardo Ansira, the captain, good carry from him. Martinez will show and go, gets round on the outside of Murphy. And here's an opportunity for Mexico, deep into South Africa territory here, looking for their first score. The tackle coming across from Selvin Davids, who's come off the bench in this second half for the blitz box. This is good stuff from Mexico. This crowd would no doubt appreciate a Mexican score here. They got the penalty as well.
Yeah, I think we also got to mention there's different levels of success for these teams, aren't there? Clearly the Mexicans had a tough stint last weekend in Vancouver. They only had one opposing effort to get into the opponent's 22. So put it in context, this is a huge moment for them against the likes of South Africa, just to get that experience, to learn what it takes to be at the top, to play the top teams. And it's always going to help your development of players. It might be some Mexican players watching this back home that want to be part of it. So that's as close as they've been to the 22, about a foot short. And hopefully after this next play, they can then say,
get on the line.
They've got their first 22 entry this weekend.
Yeah, Luke Martin, it was with the strong run into South African territory, but has been overthrown at the line out. Murphy. And here come South Africa, Adonis to Soyas-Wapi. Sevilla Soyas-Wapi, that quintessential out to in cut he likes to make. And here's Murphy on the boil. He straightens the line. There's James Murphy. And he hammers it down for South Africa. He was the one who picked the long throw off at the back of the line out in his own territory. And he's smiling with a score here.
Well, the way his team have just enveloped him suggests that it was a really important score for him to get him a series marker. And it's slightly interesting juxtaposition to Soyas-Wapi, who's all about stepping. Murphy, not quite the same. Route one, but equally as effective. Big smiles, looks up. Proud moment for him and his family.
He spent some time in England as James Murphy. He's got English cousins. And that conversion's gone over as well. 42-0. I don't think they're quite going to get to the 78 record here, South Africa, but it is pretty much one-way traffic as Selvin Davids, who has hardly trained as well. He arrived late this week for South Africa.
Well, 53 is the marker for their efforts against Mexico last week, and you think for money we might be seeing a similar scoreline.
Mexico have possession. 3:40 to go, loose pass.
Lads, there's no advantage. Take knock-on off the kickoff.
Well, long advantage there for a knock-on. Usually it's one or two passes in the game of sevens, but interpretations might well be varying. And you like to think there's a little bit of hope given to the Mexicans, so that's fair play.
If I'm asking you to get on the line, just get on it, okay? Nah, I'll get them in.
JC Pretorius not able to hold it in the air.
Crouch.
Wouldn't have said there was much attempt to compete for the ball there.
Set.
By Castillo.
Yeah, we talk about the depth in South Africa sevens rugby. Look at the players that aren't here. Franco de Pree, Justin Heddle not considered because of injury. Chris Dry is retired. Steben Hans, Kurtley Arensa have rejoined the Vodacom Bulls since returning from Tokyo. Ruan Nel is linked up with the Stormers again.
Clear releasing on ball, holding.
All those players come through the sevens program. Penalty to South Africa, and they're going to have another score here. Muller du Plessis will put a tick on his score sheet.
This guy's a try-scoring machine, du Plessis, but it's a turnover that's all important for them. Throws him down, gets over the ball, du Plessis, the man who gets that steal at the breakdown and taps and goes himself. And this is him, all out pace.
The Rainbow Nation. 49-0 now over Mexico. Still 2 minutes to go. 53.
I think so, Pete, once he's off.
Nothing last week in Vancouver.
Okay, time
That's
back on,
very much under threat. Of course, we'll all be looking forward to the Sevens Rugby World Cup, which is due to be played in Cape Town, South Africa in 2022, October.
Perhaps September, who knows? It's still a date to be in the diary.
Murphy with a beautiful take off the restart inside to Grobelaar, who will run it in for South Africa. That is how you do it off the restart.
Perfect execution. The hours spent executing these are all worth it when you get one on the fly. There's no better feeling when you're flying down as a out-and-out set-piece man to try and get the ball. The offload on the inside to Grobelaar as well. Good combination.
He deserved that, Grobelaar, as well. He was the top tackler at the tournament last week. 29 tackles across the 2 days. Deserve a scored. Christy Grobelaar, Western Province age grade. He's a centre. 15-a-side game. Davids, another high kick. This one might be slightly overcooked.
And the full
Murphy
fellas.
leapt high again. Did touch
Free
it,
kick.
but it'll be a free kick to Mexico on the centre spot.
Better their efforts last week. So 53, 56 now. The Blitzboks, who only conceded 7 tries across the whole tournament. That's how good they were last week.
Everyone here at Commonwealth Stadium would like to see Mexico
All the way quick to
finish
12.
with some points here. They tap and go.
Advantage.
Carmona has gone forward though in
Lost forward in
contact.
the
The tackle from du Plessis.
Scrum.
Still seconds to go here, so we'll set a scrum.
I think the crowd will be happy just to see them get into that final quarter of the South African territory. It's not happened for them, but line breaks for South Africa have been pretty consistent. 6 in this game. And that physicality the Blitzboks bring to most games, as you mentioned, they're quite diminutive, not massive players, but they hit 5 times their body weight. They are powerful people.
The Serpientes with some support here in Edmonton as well. And Davids will just pop that over the sideline. South Africa up and running well and truly in Edmonton. The Vancouver champions have beaten Mexico here by 56 points to 0. So Mexico